Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on May 20, 2023. We're going all in, how France raced ahead of UK on electric car batteries. Travelers shocked after airline weighs woman on baggage scale. The Satanic Temple. Think you know about Satanists? Maybe you don't. Britain says Russia will pay the price for invasion as fresh sanctions unveiled. Anti-FBI witnesses at GOP hearings say they took money from ex-Trump aide. The Independent, Jim Jordan blocks Democrats from seeing evidence in chaotic hearing. The Independent, watch Representative Jordan clash with Representative Plaskett on the credibility of FBI whistleblowers. Parts of New York are sinking, study says. The Independent, New York could be sinking under the weight of its skyscrapers. Evening Standard, Big Apple too heavy for its own good as it sinks under skyscrapers. The Times, New York will sink if more skyscrapers are built. The Telegraph, WION explains, New York, the city that never sleeps, may soon lie in slumber under the sea. Russia issues arrest order for British ICC prosecutor after Putin warrant. The Guardian, Russia puts war crimes prosecutor on wanted list. Politico Europe, Russia places ICC prosecutor Khan on wanted list. The Moscow Times, Russia issues arrest warrant for International Criminal Court prosecutor who charged Putin. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Russia adds ICC prosecutor who sought Putin's arrest to wanted list, media report. Vladimir Putin's undefeatable missile was a costly illusion. The West can't make the same mistake. Sky News, blundering general is a problem for Putin's military, but the president can't get rid of him. iNews, Putin wants China to think he can defeat Ukraine. But his expensive military gambit is yet to yield results. CNN, Ukraine counterattack will be success if it sows doubt in Putin's mind, West believes. Obama among 500 banned from Russia in retaliation for US sanctions. The Guardian, Barack Obama and Stephen Colbert among 500 Americans banned from going to Russia. Hampstead-Highgate Express, Ukraine war, Russia bans entry to 500 Americans including Barack Obama, latest news, WION. WION, Russia bans entry to 500 US nationals including Obama. The Moscow Times, Barack Obama among 500 Americans banned from Russia in retaliation for US sanctions. Italy, Silvio Berlusconi released from Milan hospital after 6 weeks. The Guardian, Italy's ex-PM Berlusconi discharged from hospital after 6 weeks. Al Jazeera English, Berlusconi's back. Former Italian PM leaves hospital after long stay. Politico Europe, former Italian Premier Berlusconi leaves hospital after 45 days. Hampstead-Highgate Express, Berlusconi says his nightmare is over after 6-week hospital stay. Slovakia, court acquits tycoon in retrial over 2018 killing of journalist and fiancé. The Guardian, Marian Kostner, businessman cleared of ordering murders that rocked Slovakia. BBC, businessman Kostner acquitted over journalist's murder in Slovakia. Al Jazeera English, Slovak tycoon Marian Kostner acquitted again over killing of journalist Jan Kuciak. Euronews, Slovak court acquits businessman of journalist's murder. Weather tracker, Italy's floods exacerbated by months of drought. The Guardian, Italian floods, rescuers wade through waist-deep water to rescue isolated residents. The Telegraph, Italy floods trigger blame game. Politico Europe, deadly flooding sparks mass evacuation in northern Italy. NBC News, Italy travel warning. Everything you need to know is, apocalyptic, floods kill 14 people. Suspected Pentagon leaker Jack Teixeira to remain jailed until trial. BBC, Jack Teixeira, airman accused of leaking US intelligence on Discord to remain behind bars until trial. Sky News, Guardsman Jack Teixeira, Pentagon leak suspect, due back in court as judge weighs detention. The Independent, classified docs leak suspect to remain in jail pending trial. NBC News, leaker of US intelligence on Ukraine warned twice before about taking notes on confidential data. Turkey election, why the world is watching the presidential race. BBC, Turkey's desperate opposition plays nationalist card. Financial Times, Turkey's electoral board confirms first-round election results. Erdogan meets third-party candidate. The Independent, Gravitas. Did Erdogan rig Turkey elections? WION, Middle East Roundup. Erdogan in pole position in Turkey. Joe Biden stumbles while walking downstairs at G7 summit in Japan. The Independent, G7 leaders confront specter of nuclear conflict on visit to Hiroshima Memorial. The Guardian, Modi's visit to Hiroshima shows how far India and Japan have come on nuclear weapons. The Independent, G7 summit, are Biden and Kishida climate walkers or just talkers? Al Jazeera English, commentary, G7 summit in Hiroshima will force world leaders to confront the continuing nuclear threat. Syria, dismay and fear as Bashar al-Assad returns to Arab fold. BBC, Syria's Assad tells Arab leaders to take historic opportunity to remake Middle East. BBC, MBS says Palestinians the central issue for Arabs, as US pushes Israel-Saudi peace. The Times of Israel, Middle East brings Syria's Assad in from the cold. The Telegraph, Syrians protest al-Assad's participation in Arab League summit. It hurts to think about Azovstal, the surgeon smuggled into Mariupol to save Ukrainian soldiers. Sky News, Ukraine's bitter wait for captured Azovstal fighters. France 24 English, it's like the USSR, residents on life in Mariupol a year since Russian occupation. The Guardian, wife of Ukrainian soldier feared killed in prison explosion still waiting for news. Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty, Ukrainian soldiers held as Russian prisoners of war return to the battlefield, now it's personal. Russia-Ukraine war live, Ukraine repels, massive, drone attack on Kyiv, Biden to meet Zelenskyy at G7 summit. The Guardian, Zelenskyy bombs his own people in Donetsk, Russia hits Ukraine with drones, details. Hindustan Times, Ukraine war latest, Russian claims of radioactive cloud heading for Europe dismissed, Putin says West trying to break up Russia. Sky News, Russia-Ukraine war, list of key events, day 451. Al Jazeera English, Ukraine says air defense forces downs 29 out of 30 Russian missiles fired overnight, France 24. Ukraine war, US to support providing F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.